Are you sick of seeking approval from everyone else about all the things in your life? If so, then stick around because we're going to share our tips on how to stop seeking approval. This is the ultimate freedom.
Hey, we're Britt and Chris Carmichael, and you're listening to the Elevated Life Podcast. Throughout the 13 years we've been together, we've never ceased in our endless quest to better ourselves.
We've studied top experts, philosophers, and gurus. After years of personal self-experimentation, we found the tools for shifting your beliefs, moving through fears, and developing a positive mindset.
If you're ready for a breakthrough, then you're in the right place because we're here to empower you to take control of your life with simple mindset shifts that create radical transformation.
We'll be diving into topics like personal growth, health, philosophy, spirituality, relationships, success, and mindfulness.
So create some space for yourself and get comfy. It's time to become the badass you were born to be.
And today's topic is one that a lot of us creatives fall prey to. We're constantly seeking approval for our work, our worth, and our values. So if you're someone who is ready to be the leader of their own life and you're no longer looking for anyone else's opinion, then this is the video for you.
You know, we have been on vacation for the last week. We always take a week off. We have our anniversary and Brit's birthday falls in the same week every year. So we take a week off, we get away from everything. And it's wild because in those moments, what normally happens is that the creativity spark gets lit. I mean, when you're away from everything, when you've cut out all the distractions and all those kind of things, your creativity lights up. You start getting involved and you have all these ideas about business, about life, about what you want to do, where you want to move, what's going on in your life. And it's such a great time to get away. And it's one of our big secrets for actually continuing to make our businesses thrive. But what we were thinking about during that creative break is like, what really stops creatives? What gets them in that spot where they feel just totally paralyzed, where despite the fact that they have all these gifts or all these talents, and they get a lot of joy out of doing a specific activity, why don't they actually do it? We talk to so many people who are very, very talented, but they live really mundane lives. And so it's like, why is that even the case? And come to find out, the number one reason why creatives fail, everyone wants to say it's money. Everyone wants to say it's education, but it's not. And it has to do 100% with them seeking approval. They don't put their gifts and talents out into the world because they're afraid of what everyone around them will say. Not about how much money they will or won't make. It's about what will mom or dad say? What will the person down the street say? What will my neighbor think if I'm doing this thing? Or if I go out and spread it? What if they say, well, I'm not the person to share those gifts. Well, when did you go to college? Well, you're just not that special person. And so we dim our light because others will turn it down for us. And really in this topic is all about getting that spark back in your life and realizing that you are meant for those creative things. That's why you have those ideas. It's your special talent that needs to be shared with the world.
Oh my gosh, I love this. And it reminds me of a woman who just came into my hair salon and she's turning 50. And she said, I've been wanting to come to you for 5 years. I said, what took you so damn long? And she said, well, I was afraid of change. I was afraid of leaving my hairdresser. I was afraid of all these things, right? She finally made that courageous change. She finally came to the hair salon that she's been dreaming of for 5 years. And I asked her, if you waited 5 years to come to a hair salon, what other dreams have you been sitting on for years that you could probably start taking action on? And she just was like, boom, her brain exploded. She's like, so many things. And I said, what the fuck is going on? And she said, I'm just afraid of what other people will think about me. I said, what other people? She said, I don't know. I said, you mean to tell me you're afraid of others' opinions and you don't even know what others you're afraid of? I said, it's not like you're afraid of your mom's opinion or your dad's disapproval. Like, I can understand that from child-parent relationship. But if you're seeking someone's approval and you don't even know who that someone is, you are in a trap and it is going to keep you buried beneath all of that creativity, like Chris said, that you are here to express in the world. The word art is written in the middle of the word earth. So clearly we're here to create and to express ourselves. So seeking approval is a big dream killer for so many creatives. I want to know, is that something you identify with? Are you someone who's like, oh, I've been waiting for Oprah or waiting for my mama or waiting for my husband to believe in my dreams? I've been putting myself on the back burner because I'm waiting for someone else's permission.
Yeah, this happens all the time with people. And I really think a lot of us don't get why is it that we seek approval. And I think that it's a control game. I think we tell ourselves, if I change my behavior, if I become the person or exhibit the actions that the other person likes, then they will no longer reject or abandon me. And I think we use the seeking of approval as a way to control other people, because we say, oh, if I'm the nice guy, if I just placate, if I play small, if I do these different kind of things, then people will actually start to like me. People pleaser. Like that is the big crime here. And it's such a thought crime, and it becomes the single reason why we don't go out and do amazing things in the world. And if that's you, stop. This is your big moment. Stop doing that.
And that leads us to our second tip, is to practice saying no. Not us at all. That's why we're here teaching. There are so many people out there that identify as a people pleaser. I'm just trying to make so-and-so happy, and this person happy, and this person that I don't even know, I'm trying to make them happy, and I'm trying to make the people that I don't even like at work happy. We're always trying to make people happy. Again, we is not a collective here, but so many of us are constantly trying to please others that we end up not using the power of saying no. Oprah says no is a complete sentence. And when it doesn't align with moving you forward towards your dreams and your goals, then the answer should always be no. This is why Chris and I teach this philosophy inside the Elevated Life Membership Club. And here on this live series is, if it's not, on a scale of 1 to 7, if it's not a 7 or above, the answer is delegate or don't do it, right?
1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10.
Sorry, 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, if it's not a 7 or above, then it is not meant for you. You can either delegate it, you can let it go, you don't have to do it, or you can find a way to shift your mindset around, how can I make this a 7 or above? Obviously we all have to do laundry and nobody's putting that at a 7, you know what I mean? But it's giving us the clean clothes that we need to wear so we can shift our mindset, right? So this is the main philosophy that the Elevated Life was built on. And it really starts with putting yourself first, being able to say no, taking care of your self-care, believing in your worth, and giving yourself permission to live a badass fucking life. And if that sounds like, oh, well, then I'm taking away from someone else's life, then you've got it wrong. And that's why we're here to help you.
Yeah, saying no is one of those things that you just have to start doing. It's not something that, we're so used to, being the good girl or the good boy for our parents and doing all the things that people ask us to do. So it's so important to get to a space where you're able to practice. It doesn't mean that you're able to say no on everything. It just means that you get into that habit, so that when it is a no for you, when it's an absolute no, you can say that. That way you can also say yes to the things that are definite, absolute yeses.
Every month inside the Elevated Life Membership Club, we do a monthly challenge. And one of the recent challenges was to go out and be told no.
Oh my gosh.
Specifically to go out and get told no as many times as they could within the 21-day challenge. And the whole point of that was to prove to you that the answer is no if you don't ask. And when you have the courage to ask, you might get some things that you thought in your mind were going to be a no, but because you had the courage to just put it out there and ask, our clients, our members were getting free gifts, free food, discounts off of products. One person even got a really cool necklace from someone who made it on Instagram. It was so amazing. They were just challenging themselves to get told no so that they could be comfortable with hearing no. Because if you are on a mission to do great things in the world, you're going to be told no a billion times. So why do you feel guilty about telling no to the ones that are trying to squash your dreams or hold you back?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
I love this challenge. Look, if you want to take on something, if you want to really just radically transform your life in 21 days, do this challenge. Take the no challenge. The idea is that you go somewhere, coffee shop, wherever it is that you normally are, and ask for something. Ask for something that you think in your head would actually be a no. And you just come to find out that we live in our heads.
Yeah.
So often when we are seeking other people's approval, because we're like, oh man, they're judging us. We can't do these kind of things. They're not even thinking about us. It's so narcissistic to think that everybody is just worried about what we're doing in our lives. We don't go to the gym because, well, what if people at the gym say something about me? No one at the gym's thinking about it.
They're all at the gym judging their own body.
They're thinking, man, I don't want to run anymore. Turn the treadmill off. They don't have time to think about you sweating and huffing and puffing over there. It's totally fine. And once you start doing this, once you're able to say no, and once you're able to try out things where you would typically get rejected and it seems like it would feel uncomfortable, you get used to it. Mm-hmm. And there's so much freedom in that. Everybody wants this kind of different freedoms out there in the world, but this is true freedom. It's not the confidence that you'll go into the room and everybody's going to like you. It's the confidence to know that that's not really important and it doesn't matter. It doesn't change your self-worth because why would you love yourself any different if someone else suddenly didn't like you? There's always going to be plenty of people that don't like you. So once you build up that self-worth, and once you're able to say no, and once you're able to stop seeking that approval, your life totally opens up.
Oh my gosh. Before we share the final tip on how to stop seeking approval, I just want to take a moment to tune in. We didn't even tune in this morning. To tune in to everyone who's watching live, thank you so much for being here. We've gotten so many messages about happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hair love. I just refreshed it. My birthday is on Sunday on the full moon, so I thought it was time to give it a little refresh for my goddess gathering. Hope y'all's anniversary was amazing. Glad I caught you this morning. Missy says, yes, I can relate. I was a people pleaser and then I started saying no. How has that changed your life? Being able to say no, especially when you mean no. It's so crazy how many people want to say no, like on the inside, but end up saying yes because of that people pleasing. And that creates this energetic, like disharmonious shift on the inside. And so we're taking these actions out of obligation, and everyone else can feel that energetic shift. Like, I don't want to be there. This sucks. I don't like this. So the reason why we say no when we mean no is so that we can stay in our authentic integrity, so that in every single moment we are contributing to the present moment. Because if we say yes to the things we don't want to do, we're not here. We're not here, we're not present. Our mind is somewhere else. We're thinking about the things we don't want. And that is taking away from the precious gift of life. Okay, what else? Sydney, Australia. Woohoo! Good day, mate. Where else are you guys watching from? It is I'm a fan. Thank you so much. If you're a fan, then we highly recommend you join us inside the Elevated Life Membership Club. And we'll share a little bit more about the magic that's happening next week inside the club after we share this last tip. So the final tip is to stop comparing. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. We look at, for example, some of my inspirations. Like, we look at Marie Forleo and we're like, man, she's got a book. She's going on tour. She's got this 30,000 members in her B school. And I'm like, I want Shine School to be like that. But I started 6 years ago. Marie started 20 years ago. So stop looking at people that have made it and think, well, I'm never going to be there. They probably thought that exact same thing in year 1, year 2, year 6, year 10. They say, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. So when we look at the successes on Instagram and social media of other people, you don't realize the hard work that went in and the dedication and the determination. And I say that because Chris and I have that experience too. People are like, man, how do you do it all? Like, I could never do what you do. Well, with that attitude, no, you can't. But with an attitude that says, I can do it, I believe in my dreams, I'm not worried. If so-and-so can do it, this was always my philosophy. When I lost 75 pounds, I saw other women losing weight. And my philosophy was, if they can do it, then so can I. And I want you to take on that philosophy. If we are here doing it, if Marie's doing it, if Disney did it, if everyone out there did it, and they were told no a million times, but they stayed determined and they kept going, then that is going to be the determining factor between what sets you apart from the successful ones and the ones that sit back and still seek approval.
Whew.
I'm on fire today.
You really are. Comparison
it's my birthday weekend.
Comparison is such.
Ooh, South Africa. Cool. We need to go on a trip.
It's true.
And visit all of our fans. It would be amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Comparison is such a horrible thing to get into because it robs you of that joy. And the biggest problem with it is that it's such a moving target. Everyone's opinion about everything is constantly changing. One day this diet's the diet to be on. Next day it's this thing. Some days this is awesome. Other days this is not. And so because everything is changing, you can't ride those kind of waves. So there's this old saying that, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, or that when the student's ready, the master will appear. And the reason why is because the door to the master or the teacher swings inward. And so when you are ready, you'll begin to look inside. And so getting away of this seeking approval and getting away of this comparison is realizing that all of the gifts and all of the beauty of life and all those things are directly inside of you. And when you are the person to say, hey, I want to take full responsibility. I know what my goals and my values and how I want to align my life. When you have those things right, you don't look for it. And so when other people tell you their opinion about what you're doing or give you that kind of advice, it's not important. Like, you'll take the criticism if you need it, if that helps you grow. But other than that, you just let it go. And so get into that spot where you can honestly say that it's okay. It's okay if other people don't like my work, if they don't understand my big dreams, if they're not into what I'm doing. All of that can still be okay.
Wow. I want to know, what was your biggest aha moment or takeaway from today's video? And if you know someone who needs this message, please tag them, share the video, spread the good vibes. We appreciate the good karma you guys are here to support. Now, if you're someone who is ready to stop seeking approval, if you're ready to tap into your creativity and turn on that channel so that you're in this constant state of flow with these intuitive ideas and taking the next right action step and never doubting your creative steps along the way, then you do not want to miss the live masterclass inside the membership club. Next Tuesday, October 15th, we'll be teaching live on getting into the flow states of creativity. This is a topic that I absolutely love, and it's in the month of October, which is my birthday, and like creativity is literally my middle name. Like if I'm not creating and being creative, like literally every moment of the day, something feels wrong, like something's off. So of course I like to take some downtime, but that's really what it is. I rest so that I can be a creative channel, so that I can just turn it on and make things beautiful in the world. So if you're someone who wants to be able to turn that creative channel on, stop doubting yourself and have the support and accountability of like-minded souls from our elevators inside the tribe all over the globe to us two coaches to help support and encourage you to go after your dreams, then you don't want to miss the opportunity to join us inside the membership club. This is our favorite way to show up and to support all of our coaching clients.
Yeah, and the big deal is, if you have been looking for a change in the world, if you've thought, man, this world really needs to change, I'd really like to upgrade it in some way, or I'd really like to use my talents and my gifts, it's going to take creatives. It's going to take you finding new solutions to problems. And that's what we're talking about here. It's being that creative vessel that the world really needs. It's taking all that stuff that you have inside you and giving it out. Because if you are seeking approval, if you are doubting yourself, if you don't know how to get in and out of flow states, if you're sitting and waiting for motivation to come and arrive, like the white knight that's going to come and suddenly you're going to be motivated and be blessed with this inspirational idea, it never happens like that. Like no one gets that. Like that's just totally not true. That's something that they put in the movies and it just seems great because that would be a great story. But we don't live storytell lives. We live in regular reality, and you have to come to a place where you realize that it's not just waiting around, it's going out and doing it. And once you can tap into these kind of states that we're talking about, the inspiration comes automatically. It's not something that you're seeking, it's something that you honestly give your attention to and then create it in the world.
Yeah, Social Granola says, when you respect you, the rest of the world will follow. 100% true. When you stop judging yourself, and so many creatives are judging their work, judging their worth, then they're going to get that external reflection of people judging themselves, their work, their worth, all of the things, right? Until you are 100% good with the choices that you make and the creations that you put out into the world, you are going to come up against that external resistance, because it's just a reflection of how you're thinking and feeling about your own self, your worth, and your work. So when you are at a point where you're like, I know that I'm here to create amazing things, I'm constantly learning, I'm growing, and I'm not judging the process, I'm just learning along the way, then you're going to stop running into that resistance from the external world. You're going to stop running into people who say, are you sure you want to be doing that? When I first was coming out of the spiritual closet as a psychic, so many people were like, are you sure? Are you sure? What are you talking about? You're going to hell, like all the crazy things. And that was just a reflection of me going like, am I really meant to be doing this? Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, am I crazy? And then the second I decided, no, this is who I am. This is what I'm meant for. And I'm not getting in my own way. I mean, of course, there's the random like messages on social media like, oh my God, you're devil worshiping with tarot cards, which is a joke, because if they took 2 seconds to learn what tarot actually is, it's a tool to help you connect with that divine presence within you, you know? So it's like, blows my mind that people are so uneducated, but that's why we're here, to be these lights, to be these leaders. And we know that you're meant to do the same in your community. So if you're ready to elevate your life and you need that support and accountability, then join us inside the monthly membership club by going to BrittanyCarmichael.com/membership. And you can come hang out with us for this month. And we're talking all things creativity, flow states, and tapping back into that place where we feel fulfilled. Because when we're expressing and creating and pouring our energy into the world, it makes us light up. And that is exactly why we are here, to shine our light and to make a difference in the world.
Oof.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions, you can leave them in the comments below or shoot us a private message. We love hearing from you and supporting you on your journey to elevating your life. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on the Elevated Life series next Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Peace.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Elevated Life podcast. Want more? Join us at theelevatedlifeclub.com for mindset upgrades, lifestyle hacks, and spiritual tools to elevate your soul.
Each month features a new masterclass, meditation, yoga practice, and more to help you transform your life one step at a time.
Come join the 7 or Above Club.